Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Wars Minute. It's the daily podcast where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate the Star Wars movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Pete the Retailer from PeteTheRetailer.com.
I'm Alex Robinson from AlexRobinson.fun.
And I am Josh Flanagan, co-host of the iFanboy podcast, a 15-year endeavor, I think.
Wow.
We've been doing it every week for that long, and it's still really fun. It actually really is. Like I mean that part.
Is it
not the reading or the editing, but doing it is like, okay, the forced reading. Reading comics is fun, but like Wednesday, time to read the comics. You know,
It's a living.
Is it dot fun though? I know it's fun, but is it dot fun?
I didn't even know dot fun was possible.
It's new technological breakthroughs. We can now achieve dot fun.
Mm-hmm. You know, they
They've
call
gone to
it
dot
strips
fun.
of paper. Anyway.
Today's dot fun is minute 8 of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Minute 8 starts with C-3PO trying to wipe the nervous expression off his face, and it ends with Tally telling fighters to protect the bombers. Tell the fighters to protect the bombers.
Brooklyn Group checking in.
Starts out with C-3PO doing like I forgot his response, but basically, it's kind of a funny little thing with C-3PO and Leia, where she's like, wipe that nervous expression off your face, and it is totally like you said. I think yesterday, it's her just blowing off steam essentially by giving the droid a hard time.
But then he does the thing where I don't know, and this is Golden Tony, like he looks like, he gets put out, and I look at his face like, is it nervous? But then, it's that blank thing where it's whatever you say it is kind of, and then he gives like a nervous. And I wonder, is this the moment that he's had enough of the abuse? Like, when's he gonna snap? I'm not your damn punching bag. From load lifter to load lifter.
Like, sir, I could literally... Oh, sir. I don't know why he's calling her sir, but...
He does. Even if he's mad, he would still call them sir.
Say, I could literally wipe the expression off your face. Just saying that, I'm a droid. Very powerful droid arms. I wouldn't. Just saying I could.
How do you think that other arm got so red?
Right. But yeah, my next note is about BB-8's technique here.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on in that down there.
That arm makes no sense. The multi-articulated, spindly arm. This is another one of those, that's the best you can do? You've got this gyroscopic thing that has no front, bottom, or butt, and that arm just doesn't make sense.
So again, BB-8, he doesn't have a butt. I think that it's a very low-tech thing that he's fixing. Because if these are actual, resistors, basically, if they're functioning as essentially resistors, he's just basically just kind of
in the resistance.
Yeah. He's joining the
70s
resistance.
Japanese hi-fi components. That's what he's dealing with.
He's just basically like bridging it to bypassing the compressor. He's bypassing the things by just sticking a finger in each hole, essentially, almost like sticking a penny in the fuse box. Which is
why does
another thing that we don't know.
does his head go up?
Because he can't figure out what to do, so he rams it.
Oh, is that what he's supposed to be doing? Like hitting his head up against the...
Yeah, he like there are too many holes for him to plug with his fingers. Okay. He runs out of fingers, so he just smashes his head into the whole thing, which essentially, like in theory, like a big piece of metal would just bridge that, and then like basically you're not gonna be able to use this X-wing again without fixing it severely. But he could temporarily just kind of, okay, I'm just gonna bridge all this with my head.
It's his version of slapping the dashboard in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I don't know why it reminded me of Vincent from Black Hole. Doesn't Vincent at one point do something where like his hat goes up on a? Doesn't something happen where his head gets expanded or something?
Yeah, it goes both up and down. There's one point where he gets kind of like a surprised or shocked or something, and his whole his whole head comes out of his body and his hat kind of goes up on it. And there's another one where he's scared, so it all turtles in. But
right.
reverse turtle.
Yeah.
When he's
Telescopes.
poofing it.
Poofing it.
I think you need to have some sort of a neck to poof it. So therefore, I would disqualify a necklace poof,
You got
which I believe is a slur in England. And I apologize if that is. It was not the intention. Damn it.
So this is one of those shots that you were talking about, Josh, where Poe Dameron blows something up and then immediately flies right through it with no ill effect to his ship whatsoever.
But
And,
more than that, after that, he does a skidding U-turn,
yeah, that
which-
Tokyo
Yeah, he does a
drift
good-
kind of
which-
that kind of move.
which makes no sense in space. It's not even a plane thing. Like a plane couldn't do that. Like in an atmosphere, it's acting like.
Well, I think when he hits the side. Let me try to hit the side of my screen here. When he hits the side, is he hitting like some kind of thruster? Is he activating like a basically like turn, like an emergency brake, kind of like throw one of the engines into reverse, so it's doing like a little.
Like a real spacecraft would have like, the retro thrusters and stuff to sort of adjust the attitude and all that stuff. But they don't seem to have that. They just seem to. I mean, that ship was built. I don't think that the people at Lucasfilm in '76 understood orbital mechanics, and God bless them for it. It's fine. But the skid, and here's what I came up with: that the Star Destroyer has enough mass that it has its own gravity. On the outside of it. That's
that would explain why bombers can work on it also.
And the fire. It explains the fire.
Just all right. Wait, so that would allow him to do that skidding turn?
No. This is the best I've got.
Well, also maybe it's residual artificial gravity from the inside is still, it penetrates enough outside of the hull that if you're within distance,
Did we see
within
the
short enough
Falcon do a
distance.
similar move in Force Awakens? Didn't she do also a similar?
She does like a
kind
little
of-
flip, like an over end
Okay.
But isn't
flip.
that on the
on
is
the
that on the
Falcon.
planet?
Oh, that's on the
Oh,
planet.
yeah.
That doesn't, because that doesn't count. So you definitely have gravity there. Has there ever been any attempt by either extended universe or is there like a fan fiction conversation that explains how gravity is supposed to work on these ships?
No, I think they're
Best to
smarter
leave
than
that. Yeah.
It's the Back to the Future. Just don't try to
Right.
do it. But it looked cool. But it's the second you think about it, it falls apart. But that's the answer. It looked cool. Because that there was some nerd with the animation department going, that doesn't make. Someone sounds like me, basically.
Right.
They just
But it doesn't
shut
matter.
up.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
reason
this is
for
Star
this.
Wars. They were like, get over to Star Trek if you want to be precise about things.
I do like that. There's like
Nerd.
a full scale rejection of how anything actually works in the world, and in order to make it work, they can't apply it to anything. So no one can mention gravity in any of it because then it all falls apart.
Yeah.
They just never do. Physics does not exist in this world, and that's the only way it works.
When they inevitably do the Marvel Star Wars crossover, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy will have to bring that up.
Yeah, that'll be.
Although
right.
their universe is just as unrealistic, so I don't know why they would even notice it. So,
But they have fake comic book science that they really try to stick with, and
Right.
that is not a Star Wars thing.
Unstable molecules. That's all they need.
Yeah, there you go.
So what? So Tally, that's her name. That's
Tally.
the X-wing.
Tally.
fleet name.
Yeah. I'll. Should I go into Tally now?
A-wing or X-wing?
A-wing.
A-wing. You're right.
Yeah.
A-wing. Speaking of BB-8 Fonzieing it.
Couldn't find my camera. I did it to myself on the video screen. I was like, that's not working.
Wait, were those thumbs, or were you giving
Yeah.
us the middle finger? I couldn't tell.
You'll have to decide for yourself.
Tally is Talisan Lintra. Talisan Lintra, a.k.a. Tally.
Now, what movie did Ryan Johnson direct that he with a character that he's giving himself a tribute to?
I don't know. I couldn't find any origin of the name other than Tally. I like they say Tally, and then that's been expanded, into Talisan Lintra is her real name. She was from the planet Pip Pip 3. Beep beep. Tally from Pip 3.
Kermit wouldn't say that.
And she's Blue Leader in this instance. She's the A-wing flying as Blue Leader.
Wait, isn't Pip Pip Tally Ho? Isn't that like what British people?
Oh yeah, Pip 3 Tally. But she's not. She's Tally Lintra.
Kind of undermine my
Jolly good
expectations.
dreadnought. Pip Tally Ho. Mm-hmm. Damn it.
Well, the actress is also very British sounding. The one Hermione Corfield.
Wow.
Hermione Corfield plays Tally. We will see more of Tally as this movie progresses.
She instructs the fighters. Fighters protect the bombers, which is good because I'm sure that this is the first time that plan had been discussed. Like, okay, protect the bombers, got it.
Right.
They either way they fail at it completely.
You want me to destroy the
being
bombers?
Told. It's a complete and utter tactical disaster. Probably because they were all operating against orders, and so all discipline broke down.
It also does seem like a bad. Well, we'll get to it, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll get to it. Well, this was the first time I wondered what the original plan was for the bombers, because I don't
They
think
were out.
they didn't know there was going to be a dreadnought showing up, right? Wasn't that kind of a surprise?
Yeah. So either they were already out, just floating around, or maybe they were not like supposed to be docked in one of the ships, and so they were just sort of loosely.
So why was Poe put in charge of
Part
them
of the
if
fleet.
the only thing they were going to be doing was fleeing?
Maybe he just was. Maybe that was part of his group, and he sort of called them out of the sort of larger formation.
Well, they knew.
And everyone is just like, okay. But it seems like the bombers seemed like they were going on a mission. They were all ready. They were all loaded up and like.
I mean, I think they're just
You're right.
prepared because they know that the Empire is, the First Order is onto them, and know the First Order
Ultimately,
showing
it is
up.
the Empire. Now we can say because it is ultimately Palpatine.
That's
so
true.
We can call it the
There
Empire.
is an Emperor in charge
What?
of this. Somehow, I think that it's just basically all the fighters, including bombers, were just kind of gathered together in case they're like, all right, well, we'll get all the shuttles going, all the transports and shuttles and cargo ships going. You offensive ships, so, the offensive ships.
So he was supposed to use the bombers to attack.
Necklace poofs.
He's up until everybody's clear. Once they get the all clear, then he's supposed to regroup. So if the dreadnought had shown up earlier and there were still people trying to evacuate, then use the bombers. But once everybody was clear, they were like, hey, we got everybody out of here. Get back with the
We didn't
with
need
the
to
crew.
use the bombers. All right.
Right. And he's like, well, no, I got the bomb. Like, we have a chance here. Like, he's,
I really like the design of the bombers. I think
do,
they are a new Star Wars design, but they harken back to other. Like, there's a bit of B-wing to them. They're not shaped like Earth airplane bombers. They've got a form that indicates their function. I don't think they're. I like the aesthetic design of the bomber. I think as an actual working vehicle, apparently they're not very useful or capable or just.
Yeah,
It's literally like the nickname for the ship. Is there a designation for the ship?
Yes.
The only reference, I have the MG-100 Star Fortress. So you're
Known
gonna
as
say
the
Pete?
Sitting Duck.
well, no, this oh,
Sitting
no,
Duck
sorry.
7 because they've already been through 6 different ones called that and then gotten blown up.
Which is coming up. I've got more some bomber ships.
Trivia.
Two. Is it two? Where did did I lose the name for the? Well, I'll find it for tomorrow. There's at least 2 different ship names, bomber names that are going to be fun to talk about. I'll save them for tomorrow.
All right.
I have one written out. I'll find the other one by tomorrow. But here's another name that's fun to talk about that I wanted to bring up.
What is it?
The guy with the periscope. Hey, that's a cool thing. Like, why is there a periscope? Doesn't matter. It's cool. But the guy with the periscope on the antagonizer. No, what's the thing again? The
Fulminatrix.
Fulminatrix.
Wow.
I will
It's
never.
a lot of words put
remember
together.
What I like about it is there's no like it doesn't. That's not a real word. So I'm wondering, is it named after somebody? Like, was Fulminatrix the name of like
What's the
Snoke's
definition
wife
of
or something?
fulminate? Fulminate's like being like angrily, like spouting off. You know, it's not like an effective thing. Like I feel like fulminating is the opposite of doing something. It's just and then it's dominatrix.
So it's like an ineffective dominatrix.
Yeah,
That's what the ship is named after.
Hux finds that whole thing sexy.
Well, I just started thinking about like, what about like Maul, Darth Maul? That's not really a. It's like he's not. I don't know. He's not killing them.
But that's a sound. Like the Jedi and the Sith are sort of named with sounds, even though they have homonyms that are, that are the same. But it's Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. Those are just sounds put together.
We
I feel
didn't start the fire.
Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Mannix.
Well, the
something Kennedy.
The officer with
Someone
the
do
periscope,
that.
the Star Wars, we didn't start the fire.
Yes.
Because then each verse you would have to go through the era, right? You would do the.
We didn't start the fire because it wouldn't work in space.
Would you start? I would do release order. So you would do the classic trilogy
Right.
first, and then the next. Each kind of section of the song would be a different
New
trilogy.
Hope,
but
something. Yeah.
would you? I would start with Star Wars and then go the other way. But then maybe
This song has way too many verses.
Well, I guess the beauty of
And the
it is
middle of
that-
it really drags.
the beauty of it is that you can always you can come up with two edits. One of them has it in release order, one of them has it in chronological order. You just
Right.
take the same
modular.
Modular. There you go. You're getting
It's a
it.
modular pop song satirization.
That's the new industry. The first order officer with a periscope. He's live
Yeah.
streaming it. It's Sude Bascus.
That's a good Star Wars name.
Sude Bascus.
Sude Bascus. Suday Bascus. Bascus.
I assume it's a Tuckerization tribute to Jim Backus, Mr. Howell, but
Sude.
I don't see it.
Lovey Bacchus is his name. No, Sude Bascus. I'm not sure what's that a reference to, but he is portrayed by the actor, and I looked it up for pronunciation. I'm not sure if it's because I think it's Orion Lee. Some people are Orion when you spell it like that, but I'm pretty sure he's Orion Lee. And he was in a movie called First Cow, amongst other things.
Is that when the cow is married to the president?
First Cow, Last Jedi. You read the whole,
That's- yeah.
spectrum of.
Those are his only two movies.
It's quite a journey.
First two, he's doing like the abbreviated version of the Bruce Willis. Yeah, but Sude Bascus is that character, and we see him a couple of times, and I like him. I like everybody on this ship pretty much. It's a good, the First Order officers are done well.
There's a bit where I forget what was happening, but the Captain Kennedy says they're like the bombers are going to be. He's like, oh, of course they are.
Yeah,
He's just like, it's a living. It's just another day at the office. This keeps happening.
like that's like the actor
Same
too.
ship, different day.
Yeah.
See, if he said that, it would have been amazing.
Yeah, I had that's then we're about to start the bombing run, which of course tickles me because I love any. I am a little bit disappointed that we do not have Y-wings in this sequence because
We didn't start the bombing.
We didn't.
It was always bombing.
It was always bombing. Since the world was bombing.
Yeah, no Y-wings.
Yeah, no Y-wings. Why not wings? Is my question.
Maybe do they exist in 789 at any point?
I'm sure there's one in that final thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ship in
But
it.
Yeah,
Babu
yeah,
Frick is in one by the end of.
Oh, is he?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like Y-wings, even at the time of the original trilogy, were kind of old by then.
Yeah.
So maybe there just aren't many left.
But now they're
like
coming-
classic cars now.
Yeah, now they're coming back around. See, like first they were like unfashionable. It's just like,
Yeah.
but now it's just like, oh, you got a Y-wing, cool. It's like a
Yeah.
One thing that matters in space combat is
cool
looking
ships.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about 50% of it.
I mean, it's true, but that's
Look at
why
Tom
they get blown
Cruise.
up real fast.
Yeah.
But the bombers do have a real, like, the Y-wing, if it was up on its end, that's why it sort of feels familiar, I think. And I think even the cockpit had that shape, and there's the little gunner at the bottom.
Yeah. Little gunner
It's there
at the
in
bottom.
spirit. Not the gunner.
You know,
Bottom gunner.
gunner. Yeah. No, I really like the designs. I just would have liked a Y-wing or two because that's what we know from bombing.
We did just see them in Rogue One prior to this, so.
That's true.
And that was a long time before for a design to
Long
sort of
time.
last that long. Long time.
Well, we don't know because R2's been in use for 60 years now, so I don't think necessarily things progress as quickly in the Star Wars.
Well, but
universe.
he's like there's a Jeep, and the Jeep has always was a thing
Right.
for 50
Yeah.
years or whatever, but they stopped using the P-51 at some point, but they were still using the B-29. That was the end of. What kind of nerd are you, Josh?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I like it. I'm not going to complain too much. Like you said, we did just get Y-wings in the previous film, and we'll get them again in an upcoming film. But
You're back in the Disney vault. You gotta
Wait,
enjoy
I was
when they're out
getting
of the vault.
Y-wing and B-wing mixed up, and I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
I realize
Either
what
one.
I've done now. Yeah.
Well, if I was going to try to turn that into a segue somehow into a nice. Let's see. If you'd like to get mixed up with us on social media, how about that? You can follow us on Twitter at Star Wars Minute or Instagram, the Star Wars Minute. Why not go to one of two places to talk to people about the show? You can go on Facebook. It's the Star Wars Minute Listener Society. Or you don't do Facebook? Come hang out on swimmels.starwarsminute.com. That's SWMLS. Star Wars Minute Listener Society .starwarsminute.com. And
I'm going to
that's
tell you, I lost track of most of that.
SWMLS, as in Star Wars Minute Listener Society, .starwarsminute.com. I've set up an old school message board, Web 1.0 style or 2.0. I don't know where did message boards fall into that? The kind of classic old school message board that we just we talk about the Star Wars Minute and Star Wars and other stuff in general, and it's a very low key, relaxed atmosphere.
The BBS, which predates the BB-8, I believe.
Right. Yes. It's like a
no
Tesla.
but.
It goes S and then 8. But hopefully you will. That all didn't throw you off, and you will join us back here again tomorrow for a brand new episode of Star Wars.
Star Wars Minute.
Oh, you guys are in sync. What's up with that?
We've been doing this for years.
Season on the